ejecutor.
So it actually can execute files onto your computer. So you don't want that. When would it ever may offer a benefit in return for a compromise?
¿Y cuándo puede ofrecer un beneficio a cambio del compromiso?
Probably never.
Casi nunca, ¿verdad?
So we had a company that had a ransomware attack, and we did the mitigation. And the problem was they had their phone system, their ISP was sitting in front of the firewall.
Say again?
Their phone system and their ISP provider was in front of the firewall.
So, lo que pasó con esta organización es que había un nivel de seguridad, pero su sistema de teléfono y su sistema de internet estaba enfrente de eso y no atrás de eso.
So we talked to the ISP, and they said they can't sit behind the firewall because they weren't equipped to do so.
So, hablaron con el proveedor de servicio de internet, ISP, por sus siglas en inglés, y dijo, nosotros no podemos operar atrás de esa seguridad.
So what we did is we actually shut off the phones, their phone access, and put the network behind the firewall.
Entonces lo que hicimos es apagamos el acceso a teléfono y pusimos la red entera atrás de la defensa.
So they've been without phones since November.
Y desde noviembre no tienen teléfonos.
We're working on getting them a different provider that can do what we need them to do.
Pero estamos buscando un diferente proveedor, ¿verdad?
Fusion, somebody, they've been bought and sold, like they're a small company.
So it's not like CenturyLink.
No, they're up in this
Xfinity
company's up in Iowa. It's just a small.
Son una compañía muy pequeña que se llama Fusion Link, que ya le compraron y vendieron unas cuantas veces. No es nada como CenturyLink o los otros más grandes.
Now CenturyLink and Comcast is now available up there, so we're getting them. We're looking at both.
Y ahora está
contracts.
disponible CenturyLink y Comcast ahí.
So that's when we had to compromise something, right, to make them more secure.
Y eso cuando tenía que comprometer algo para que estén más seguros ellos.
JBS, this is in our backyard, right?
Entonces el ataque de JBS de mayo 2021.
They were attacked in May of 2021.
So JBS es un sucursal de procesar carnes en Greeley.
So right after the pipeline hack, this big hack happened.
Directamente después de Colonial Pipeline pasó esta hackeada.
They paid $11 million to restore some of their data.
Pagaron $11 millones para restaurar algunos de los datos.
Did it work?
¿Marchó?
They had to, they
Tuvieron que
got
pagar.
some of their data back.
Pagaron y recibieron algunos de los datos.
What they do is they give you, they encrypt everything. In order to get your data back, you got to pay them big bucks, and they give you the encryption key to reverse it.
Entonces, lo que ellos hacen, le ponen encripción a todo lo que roban y después le tienen que pagar a ellos para tener la llave.
How could this been prevented?
¿Y cómo
Anybody
se
know?
podía prevenir esto?
Or what, let me put it this way. What could they have done if they got hacked? Everybody gets hacked. It just happens, right?
Todo el mundo le hacen hackeadas, entonces eso ya está hecho.
But to keep yourself and your company secure, what is the best practice? We
Pero
talked about that on the screen before this.
Pero anteriormente hablamos, pero ¿qué son las medidas que podemos tomar para mantenernos seguros en esa instancia?
Keeping backups.
Mantener copias.
If you back up every day, you've already got your own data, but you also have to protect that backup.
Bueno,
Because
si,
that can be hacked too.
si haces una copia de sus datos, eso también es un recurso, pero también tienes que proteger ese recurso.
So if your data is backed up and stored the same place, your reserve backup stored, and they get in, they wipe out everything.
Entonces, si sus datos están en el mismo lugar que su copia de sus datos y ninguno está protegido diferente, entonces tienen ambos.
So had they had all their information backed up and saved and stored in the cloud or stored at a data center where it's off-site, they would have not had to pay this amount of money to restore.
Ellos no tendrían que pagar nada si hubieran guardado las copias y protegido las copias.
So that was a big one.
Entonces, uno mayor.
Verified publisher. So everybody's always getting these things where you're trying to install something new on your computer, and it's asking you, are you sure you want to make these changes because this can actually do this?
Editador verificado. Todos lidiamos con eso a veces. Te pregunta la computadora, ¿está bien que hagamos esto porque esto estamos en la computadora, en el mismo programa?
Windows does protect you a lot of the time, right? So you want to pay attention to what Windows is putting out there.
Pues Windows sí le protege muchas veces, o quieres prestar atención cuando surgen este tipo de noticias.
If it's a unknown publisher like this, and this is an executable file, so if you were to download that, it could do some damage to your computer.
Entonces, esto es un editor no verificado, y este es el tipo de cosas que sí se puede hacer daño. Acá dice, no verificado el publicador o editor.
So you just want to pay attention and make sure if you get a caution sign like this, don't download it.
Entonces, si
Just
tienes
ask the IT department.
un señal de contraseña o un señal de cuidado, por favor pregunta al departamento de TI.
Sometimes after Windows does an update, it tries to get you to download something, but you always just want to make sure that you know what you're downloading.
Después que actualiza Windows, muchas veces quiere que bajen nuevas cosas, pero quieres asegurar que sabes lo que se está bajando.
So guidelines for mitigating malware. Malware is downloaded, let's go back. Malware is downloaded by downloading something like this. If you're logging in and it's trying to download something, an executable file.
So, el directrice para utilizar los dispositivos de forma segura siempre está tratando de bajar algo así, so tienen que saber la diferencia.
So that's how malware is on your computer.
Es así marcha malware en su computadora.
Guidelines for mitigating malware. Read and understand dialogues and prompts before taking action.
So, directrice para mitigar el malware, lea y comprenda los diálogos y avisos antes de actuar.
Seek guidance before proceeding with installations and upgrades, as we just talked about.
Busque orientación antes de proceder a las instalaciones y actualizaciones.
Be familiar with basic operation of devices and be alert in changes. So if a ransomware attack happens and your computer gets all these little numbers all over that, that's unusual, right? Unusual activity.
Poder estar atento a los cambios y darse cuenta cuando algo está completamente diferente es algo muy bueno para mantenerse seguro.
So you want to make sure if you see something like that you're reporting it right away.
So, si ves algo así, quieres informarlo en lo inmediato.
Always consider the trustworthiness of the source that you're getting your information from.
So, siempre considere la fiabilidad de la fuente de donde viene esta cosa.
Guidelines for using wireless devices. Here we go.
Directrice para usar los dispositivos inalámbricos de forma segura.
Be aware of organizational wireless policies and comply with them. We talked a little bit about that at the beginning because I was jumping ahead.
So, sea consciente de las políticas inalámbricas de la organización y cúmplalas, ¿verdad?
So be mindful of usage of insecure wireless communications. Sometimes you'll see just random, if you put your phone on right now, you'll see a whole bunch of wireless networks.
Ahora mismo, si usted va a su Wi-Fi de su computadora, puede mirar y va a ver todo tipo de redes raros.
You just don't want to get on any wireless network.
So
You want to make sure you're getting on the company network.
Nunca quiere estar en cualquier tipo de red que no conozca, quiere estar en la red de la organización.
If you're logging on to a public Wi-Fi, you have no choice, you're out in the boonies and you only have the public Wi-Fi, just make sure that you select forget in your phone so it doesn't automatically connect next time you're in that area.
So, usted tiene que acceder a una red que ya sabe que no le gusta porque estás en cualquier lado muy lejos. Lo más importante que hagas es que vayas a los ajustes y ponga olvide cuando me vaya, porque si no, va a conectar automáticamente la próxima vez.
Who's taking vacation this year?
¿Quién ha tomado una vacación este año?
Awesome. Are you guys renting a car?
Yes.
Yes?
¿Alguien está alquilando un auto?
Are you gonna stay at a hotel?
¿Van a quedarse en un hotel?
So we're gonna talk a little bit about how to use that stuff.
Entonces vamos a hablar en un poco de cómo usar ese auto y ese hotel.
So cars are really convenient now because you can hook your phones up to them, right?
Son los autos muy convenientes, puedes conectar su teléfono por Bluetooth, ¿no?
So when you do that, all of your contacts also get connected to
Cuando
that
haces
car.
eso, todos los contactos también se registran en el auto,
Gets downloaded to that car.
se bajan al auto.
So when you're done renting the car, you want to make sure you unpair your phone completely from that so it removes your data.
Y cuando terminas de alquilar un auto, quieres asegurar de deshacerse del teléfono. I can tell you that I've rented a car at least in the last month. At least 6 different phones with
Phones,
all their
exactly.
contacts. I looked at 1,000. I just deleted all of them for that person
I think
before I
it's
deleted
fun.
mine. Te puedo decir que yo alquilé un auto hace un mes y yo vi 5 diferentes teléfonos con todos los contactos y yo borré de esos para esas personas, además del mío.
It's actually fun to go in there and look at all the data that's on there.
Es muy interesante mirar todos los datos que se quedan.
Hey, I'm a snooper, I'm not gonna lie.
Yo soy metiche, no voy a mentir.
But you do want to make sure you remove your phone from
Pero
there.
quieres asegurar que deshaces su información o esa conexión cuando
Now,
termines.
somebody said that don't ever connect your phone to the car because you can get hacked. It's not going to happen. It's not wireless. It's not Wi-Fi. You're not going to a network.
Alguien dijo, nunca conecte su teléfono al auto porque después se van a hackear. Pero no es así, no es una red del auto.
But they do have all the names and numbers of all your friends and family.
Pero sí
right?
tienen todos los nombres y números de tus familiares.
So You wanna
Why
make
does
sure
it
you
download
remove.
your contacts?
What's that?
Why does it download your
¿Por qué
contacts?
baja
So
sus
that you can make
contactos?
phone calls and you can be hands-free and you can say, call Johnny. and
Para
go
que
back
usted
and call
pueda
Frank.
So
llamar
it goes through the car, not the phone.
y va a
Goes to the
través
car.
del auto, a través del
Stupid.
teléfono.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Es estúpido
It's a
eso, ¿no?
convenient technology as long as you use it correctly.
Es una tecnología muy conveniente si lo usas para bien.
It could be a hassle too, right?
Puede ser un obstáculo también.
I don't always connect my phone, depends on how long I'm on the trip. If I'm there for a week or two, yes,
Yo
I
no,
might do that.
yo no siempre conecto mi teléfono, pero a veces sí.
But just unpair it when you're done, then you don't have to worry about it as much.
Pero hay que deshacerlo después que termine.
Don't be misled to stay connected to a rogue access point. We just talked about that. If you pull up your phone, especially if you're at a hotel, you'll see a ton of access points.
So, no se deje engañar para conectarse a un punto de acceso falso que parezca oficial.
Most hotels have wireless. They have access that is secure. Excuse me, I have temperature full up.
La mayoría de las redes de hoteles tienen seguridad en sus redes de Wi-Fi.
Problem is, it's usually like the not Holiday Inn. It's usually like Hilton or one of those places. When you check in, they give you a secure password to get on the wireless.
So, muchas veces en los hoteles más grandes de cadena le dan una contraseña para que puedas acceder a su red.
If they don't do that, what is the best method for using wireless when you're traveling?
Si no hacen eso, ¿cuál es el mejor método de usar el Wi-Fi cuando está en viaje o viajando?
Your own hotspot.
Got it. You have a
Right.
hotspot on your phone, right?
Traer su propio hotspot o usar su teléfono como emitor, que todos los dispositivos inteligentes saben hacer.
Do you know what the difference is between using their insecure